the channel. This is InstantDropCouriers here. Just want to firstly say thank you for everyone that has been commenting, liking, subscribing. It has been absolutely amazing. We eventually got the analytics through for the channel, and over 71.9 people who watch it are not subscribed. So please do me that massive favour. I want to jump to 1,000 as quick as possible. So if you could smash that subscribe button, I would absolutely love it, and I would really appreciate it. Thank you very much. So, what are we doing today? So we have had City Sprint on all last night just to see if there was any jobs that came up, and then this morning about 8:30 started going off like a fire alarm as it normally does. So we are heading to Carlisle. I was really contemplating taking the job because I know there's not really much from Carlisle, but I want to get out on the road and I want to get started. And if I don't, then I'm probably just not going to go to work on a Monday, which I really need to start actually doing. So yeah, I've forced myself out of the house and we're going to Carlisle. So let's see if we can get this job done. I don't know what it is. I've just literally got an address, and yeah. Let's get a kind of monster as well. That'll sort out. But yeah, I will let you know when I pick up, probably, and then when I drop off, and then we'll see if there's anything else about. So I shall speak to you in a second. Actually, I do have a question, and this is like more for you guys and the other people who drive. So obviously I'll tell you my expenditure, which is obviously like fuel and things like that, but one of the things is I write down the pump price of the fuel, but obviously I have a fuel card, so I do get it a bit cheaper. So do you reckon I should just write the pump price down because that'll help you guys, or should I write obviously my like account down and then how much I'm actually paying? So it's a question out there. Leave it down in the comments. Let us know how you feel. Should I do it the pump price, obviously how much it is at the pump, or how much I'm actually paying All Star themselves? So we're dropped off in Carlisle. We are just heading back. I've been sat there for over an hour. There's nothing. These are the kind of days which ruin you. I really didn't want to go to Carlisle. I wanted to try and get down south. Again, City Sprint Centre's there for 70 quid, but I'm coming back empty. So that's basically 140 mile. I've just done that for 50 pence per mile. I normally would never do that, ever. Obviously, opened up the CX. There's not really much around this area, but one of the things that I do really want to ask you guys is what do you want to know? Now, I've had a lot of questions on my inboxes, but I haven't had many questions on my videos. And this is something that I want to do because I want to get the questions off the videos. I'll write them down and then I'll move them on to a midweek video where I can post a video out on a Wednesday or anything like that. I can post a video. So get your questions wrote down in the comments. I'll try and answer them as best as I can. And then we'll try and get a midweek video out. Again, I'm trying to really push on that subscriber number. So if you're not a subscriber already, please click that button. It's really appreciative. And as you can see, I like every single comment. I'll reply back to every single comment as well. So yeah, let's get these questions in and let's see how we go. A couple of the questions I've had on my inboxes and emails is basically mainly about my app, and obviously people know that I'm taking on drivers, and then what's needed to join my app. So I know that I said I think it was 2 or 3 videos ago that I want to take on drivers and I want them to pay monthly, but after contacting CX I need to pay for that app up front. So that's because it's a 15-month subscription. I'll have to pay £176 up front. So just to stop the emails and stop the explanation, I'm going to basically say it how it is. If anyone wants to join my app or is interested in joining my app, it's going to be an upfront cost of the subscription fee. and that just pays for your app, and then it's 10% after that. That's how I want to run things. If you're still interested, you can still message us, and I do things properly. So there was one comment on my video the other day. I didn't take it as a bad comment. I actually took it as I'm going to say respectful, but yeah, I'm going to say respectful comment still, of concerned drivers, and I totally get it. So I'm going to reply back to that comment basically now. And the comment was saying that people need to stop taking on drivers. I think it's more on about syndicate drivers. Stop taking on drivers on the app. Obviously taking on Tom, Dick and Harry without insurances, and then bidding next to nothing because they don't have the overheads. So I personally believe, right, that CX, if I want to add a driver, I have to upload the documents like I have to through Trusted. I really think that. Unfortunately, you don't, and this is where I think the CX need to change. I vet all my drivers, so before I have a genuine conversation with them, or if they're still interested, the first couple of questions I ask them: what type of van do you have? What do you do now for work? And what type of insurances do you have? And then I'll let them answer me. And if they go, oh, I've got like hire and reward, I've got goods in transit, and I've got public liability, right, how much is it for? So I'll ask the questions, blah, 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 and I'll say, right, if you want to come on board, I need them documents emailed across to me. I don't even need to upload them to the CX, but it stops people just joining the app with normal insurance. Now, if there is people out there with their apps who are taking on people without the correct insurances, unfortunately I can't change that. That's not something that I can change, but that is something that the CX can change. I should have to, before they're allowed on that app, I should have to upload their correct and full insurance documents for goods in transit and public liability. Now, one thing I've said to the CX, obviously they contacted us and said, you do YouTube, blah, 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 and I said, yeah, and I said, I'm going to let you know I am completely transparent with every single one of my viewers, and I will not hold back. Anything I believe is wrong with the CX, I will say, but I'll say it's CX. Anything I think is good, I will say as well. I won't hold back, and I won't have no one kind of silences. But there's one thing that I could change on the CX, personally. Actually two things I would change. So one, if I want to add a driver, I should have to add their documents as well before they access the app. I've got a whole of the documents, I'm happy to put them on there, but I should have to put them on, and they should have to go through the Trusted process like we did. And that'll stop all of the shit. That'll stop all of the people that are just letting their brother's goldfish's uncle come on board. It'll stop all that, because people won't want to pay the full insurance. Then, second thing I would change is the removal of motorbikes and cars as shippers posting that as a job. Like, that shouldn't, for new people who are coming on board and they're saying, oh, I'll fit on a motorbike, right, well, I'll have to quote cheaper. In my understanding, and you can correct us if I'm wrong, but I can't join the CX on a motorbike or in a car. It has to be a van. So why are the shippers or people being allowed to post a job as a car when you're not allowed a car on the CX? So that's my second thing I would change. Again, if I'm incorrect, I apologise. I will put a little thing here to say I'm a dum-dum if that is correct, but if not, that's the second thing I would change on the CX. Everything else I'm quite happy with. Obviously the onboarding process is quite decent. So what they do is you stay with the onboarding team until you make 100% of your investment back. So I've been with the CX now, I believe 2 months coming up, is it? No, maybe even a month, I'm going to say. So a month I've probably been with the CX. And my understanding is I have made 54% of my initial fee. I've already made that back. That's my progression bar, which I like that they tell you that. which is a real good bonus because it tells you how you're doing as this. Do you know what I mean? But as soon as you're at 100%, you come off the onboarding team and you'll go to customer service. So yeah, that's something I really enjoy and that's something I really like. It kind of like a little progression bar, like in a sense, like, oh, you've made this much money or this percentage back since you've started. So I'm happy with that. As soon as I hit that 100% mark as well, then yeah, it makes you feel like you're doing a good job, and especially over halfway already. I mean, this is just CX. This is not me doing any City Sprint, Royal Mail, delivery app, anything. This is literally just the CX, which I made 54% back, and I haven't even really been going hard on the app. I've been doing a couple of jobs here and there, but I've never really went like full-fledged or as hard as I could have went. So to make that amount back in that such a short time, yeah, I'm quite happy with that, if I'm honest. So the CX worth it for me? Yeah. Ooh, it's windy, man. Yeah, the CX is worth it for me, and I enjoy it. Again, obviously going back to taking drivers on and things like that, all my drivers are vetted. I have 3 drivers currently, which I have all of their documents saved in my email and printed off at home. So I have everything that I need to have to make sure that the drivers that are on board with me are fully legit and fully correct. So them comments to say obviously people shouldn't be doing it, I agree and disagree. I agree with you because obviously, again, like we have to pay a massive subscription out, but I paid extra so I could take drivers on. That's what I've done, and I wasn't going to pay extra to take drivers on and then not use that tool. And then yeah, I'm not going to not use that tool. It's money for the drivers, and it's also money for me, which is going to help me out. Right. That's enough of me ranting, and this is probably going to get either cut out or edited down to very nothing. But purpose of all of this rant was chuck your comments below. I'll answer them as best as I can, and I'll try and get out a midweek video. I want to do it on a Wednesday, so if I post my video out on a Sunday, blah blah blah, I might do a week prior, get a couple of them done, and then get a little midweek Wednesday video out. So get your comments below. Anything you want to know which hasn't already been answered, I will try and answer for you. And I will see you in the next clip, which probably might be tomorrow now, because I've got to go home and do a little bit of my other business, and then also onboard another driver. So future's looking bright. I'll see you soon. Evening. So it's going to be a little bit dark because I've got my trusty little torch in front of us, just giving us a little bit of light on my face. Just a little light on at the back. Ignore this. This has been pissing me off. It's been glued up numerous of times. So yeah, it is now Wednesday night. It is currently 11:15 at night. So what has happened? Obviously weekend, didn't work Saturday, Sunday at all. Then Monday we'd done a City Sprint job for obviously a little bit of money, and then came home so I could sort the drivers out, and then obviously I can get on the CX and start bidding while my City Sprint app was on as well. I have been, and like I'm not over exaggerating when I say this, I have been non-stop bidding since Monday morning. I have probably bidded on 200 jobs maybe, and just absolutely nothing would come through. I think I've generally just hit like extremely bad luck, where maybe there's a lot of people like from down south who are obviously wanting, like, maybe done a job up here, and then what they're doing is they're basically like running for pennies back just to get home. So a bit gutted, but with it being Wednesday night, obviously I texted a few contacts that I've been picking up on the way. Thank you to Cars Transport. If you ever watch this, mate, I really appreciate that. I texted him and basically said, look pal, a lot of his work's during the night kind of thing anyway. I says, look, I'm available to go anywhere if you've got any jobs that pop up. And he went, right, spot on, I'll give you a ring later if anything comes through. Thankfully he's rang us. So we are heading to Swansea. So obviously we have got to go to the collection, which is in Jarrow again. I know exactly where I'm going on this collection. I've been there numerous times, and I've obviously done this job for them as well. So this collection is for 12 o'clock. Always get there early. Now, always will get there early. I think it's just good professionalism if you can get there early instead of turning up either on time or late. So yeah, I'll keep my professionalism, and we are getting there about half hour early. Yeah, about half hour early we'll get there. So, and then it's going to be a long old drive down. I should be there for, depending on the loading times, I should be there for around about 6 o'clock in the morning, and delivery is for 8 or half 8. So what that means is I can basically go to sleep for 2 hours. Obviously if I get down there at 6, if not, it's fine. I'm not gonna be stupid. Obviously I've been like trying to sleep all day of the day, so yeah, I've been sleeping a little bit on and off today, and then if I just don't feel up for the drive tomorrow, I'll just sleep during the day. Like, what's the worst that's gonna happen? I stay in Swansea a little bit and then hopefully get some work back out. So yeah, it's been a very quiet week so far. Hoping that it picks up. This job kind of does pull us out the shies of a little bit, so obviously it is appreciative. I will stick on my CX number, so if there's any shippers or anything out there who want to obviously check my profile out, it's basically 260048. Got 100% feedback at the moment. I've only been obviously on the app for about a month and a half. Still got 100% feedback, and it's because I give my all. So let's get to this collection point. We'll wait, we'll get it collected, and I'll probably, while I'm there, because I've done like a very quick vehicle check just while I went to get some fuel, I'll probably walk you around and show you the vehicle checks that I do. So yeah, see you in a bit. Morning. So I think what I'm going to be doing for this video is titling it "Why I've took on drivers for my app," and it's a pretty like plain and simple thing, if I'm honest. If I'm never available to do jobs, then I have other drivers that are making me a very small, I will say that, a very small percentage on their jobs to work on my app. I do vet all the drivers, but yeah, that I have drivers, and I am going to title this "Why did I hire drivers, and why did I take on the drivers that I have?" So enjoy the video. It's going to be a messy one. It's going to be up and down. It's been eventful since having the drivers, but we'll get in a bit more detail about that later on, maybe on the drive to Swansea. Morning, because I was going to start this in the morning, but obviously I couldn't. So good afternoon and welcome to Thursday. So right now we are in, is it Amath? I'm going to say Ammanford. Yeah. So I am there, and this has been such a fuck on. I have been there for 2.5 hours waiting to get loaded. Wow, absolute nightmare, but we are done, we are loaded, and then we are heading across to TW19 so we can get this delivery done. It is one full pallet, Oh, I don't think I'm going to be home tonight. Obviously, there's going to be no jobs, I would say. So yeah, it's just going to be finding it. I'm going to put every app on, like, and see if I can get home. It'll be a lot more beneficial for me, because I don't want to be stuck in TW19 all night. So I'll have a look. We'll see what's about. It's been a pretty eventful day. I mean, 2 days, if I'm honest. It's obviously been a struggle to get work. We're obviously talking about my 3 drivers as well. Like, one of them is absolutely acing it at the moment. Obviously the other 2 are doing it part-time for now, until they can get sorted, until they can go full-time. So yeah, I mean, they're absolutely acing it, which I'm really happy of. On the flip side of that, my limited company should be underway. So I think that is now underway to be set up. My accountant is sorting all of that rubbish out for us. I can't be bothered to sort all that out. I just give us a bill, I'll pay it, happy days. So he's going to sort all that. I am also becoming VAT registered as well. So I am obviously waiting for all of that paperwork to come through. I'm going on something called, is it a flat rate VAT, which if someone can expand on a bit more, that would be perfect, but just I've got no time to research it yet, so I'm just going to be obviously waiting until these are going to talk us through it a little bit more. But yeah, it seems like it'll be sound, because I want to make an investment into another van soon, because there's a good friend of mine that we were going to start this business with, and my plan for him is, because I like to help people out, is I want to basically like give him this van just to get him started and get him out on the road. He predominantly works city sprint, he loves city sprint and everything, so my goal is to get him out onto the road, and then I'm going to look at getting a Luton tail lift with a side curtain on, maybe, and it's just gonna, I think it's just gonna make it easier for me, because with me being in a small wheelbase and a couple of my drivers are in like a medium, and then my other one's in a long wheelbase, I'm getting quotes for them kind of jobs in my area, which is a little bit annoying. So I'm just gonna go for the biggest van possible, and it means that obviously I can just start quoting on everything that comes through in my area. So I'm going to do a shoot, because I need to get some shite sorted, and then I need to actually I don't need fuel, I've still got half a tank, which is wicked, so, but I do need to get sorted. Don't forget to drop a comment down below for any questions, anything like that. If you can actually see from my past videos, I might have missed maybe 1 or 2, but I'm absolutely trying my hardest to go through, and with some of the comments, some of them come through quite thick and fast, so yeah, I'm trying to get back to absolutely everyone, get every comment done and dusted as well. And everyone who has been going to my website, so I had a look last night at the statistics. I'm going to say that really slow because of my teeth, because I had a look at that. Like, there's been a lot of foot traffic going to my website, and that's through only obviously posting that on YouTube. So everyone who's popped across and had a look at that, thank you very much, because that will help the SEO, with foot traffic coming in from different avenues. That will help, and that will help push it up further, so I really appreciate that. Right, I'm going to fly along with this one. I've got 3 hours and 12 minutes. Jesus Christ. Yeah, 3 hours 12 minutes, I've got that, so I'll see you maybe at the delivery point. No, I won't, because it's going directly to a shipper actually. He changed the address on us. So I'll see you at the delivery point, or I'll see when I've got a next job. I see Sprint is on, so they know I want to work. It's just whether they have any work going back up north, which is, yeah. Right, I'm blabbering on. I'll see you in a bit. Evening. So, yous are currently joining me at the delivery point. It's off. Got the pictures and everything. Little bit of a force on with the waiting time. Obviously he asked me like, well, what do you want? And I says, well, look, I have set on my account it's £25 per hour, and obviously the reason I set that is it's like the first half an hour is free, second half an hour is obviously like that, what's it, £12.50 or something like that. And then after that it's that. So I just said to him, I says, look, well, I'll tell you what, just do 25 quid. He says, right, I'll get back to you. And yeah, it took a time, but done, dusted. He's added it on, I've invoiced him. He has sent all the stuff across. He's given us good feedback already, so yeah, it's looking really good. I have just put on a quote there which is going to take me back to Washington, and I am 3 minutes away from the pickup. I've put a low quote on it. I mean, it's 280 mile and I put 220. I think that's about 70-75 pence per mile, I would say, which I don't think that is that bad. I could do it a lot cheaper, but I don't want to. But then at the same time, I really do want to get home. I've texted him and I said, look, I really want that job, like, what's it going to take for us to get it, kind of thing. So yeah, I'm just waiting on a reply, and hopefully I have a job going back to Washington tonight. It means I can drop that off tomorrow morning, and then I can be home tomorrow. But I need to find out if I get that job or not, because obviously I'll go and have a nap now, I'll go and get some food and go and have a sleep. So that's SL3 to NE37. Right, anyways, I'll speak to everyone in a bit while I get this this stuff sorted, and I get out of this car park before they maybe lock us in. So it eventually happened. The van broke down. I was on M4 north at some fucking horrible junction, which was busy, just coming out of London. So I was in the middle lane out of the 3 lanes, and my van just literally died. No ifs, buts, maybes, no warnings, no nothing. I come to the traffic lights, it just blubbered and died. Didn't know what to do. I thought, you know what I mean, like there's no signs which have popped up, and then it started saying service now, change oil, and like loads of like different warnings. But I've only just had an oil change. Like, I mean, next one's kind of due in around about 1,000 miles, but I've already had an oil change and everything. So so yeah, I put all my lights on, hazard lights on, I stepped out and I went behind the barrier. Honestly, I don't know if I've got like a guardian angel looking after us or whatever, but the guy who had a Ford Transit, same beacons on as me, on the M4 slip road to wherever it was, stopped in front of us and he says, "However, mate, I will tow you to the nearest garage." And I was like, "Mate, you're a blessing, an absolute blessing." He says, "Look, people fucking die with this, like, you know what I mean? Like," he says, "it'll just be nice to help people out," which I think good karma eventually came my way for helping the last guy that broke down. So maybe good karma's coming back my way. So yeah, he towed us to the garage, to the fuel station. I just got my gloves on, I started tinkering, got underneath, started checking everything, obviously checking the oil, make sure it hadn't dropped, checked the water, checking the header, like checked everything just to see what the fuck was going on. And when I kept on trying to start it, to me, I mean, I'm not a mechanic, but to me it seemed more electrical. So what I'd done was I took the battery, like the negative off the battery, left it for 10 minutes, put it back on, screwed it back on, and it fired up straight away. And it wasn't jumping, nothing. I was allowed to rev it, it wasn't cutting out, it was absolutely fine. Now, the engine management light stayed on, so it's been staying on all the way through, and I've literally just turned it off for an extra 10 minutes just to stop, just to make sure everything was okay, and it's went off again. And the van, it's driving absolutely perfect. Like it's like there's nothing wrong with it. It's still going into the garage tomorrow because I want to check it. I mean, if that does that again to where I was, no, that made me generally feel sick. So yeah, I'm still gonna get it checked. I'm gonna get it plugged in and see what the hell's going on with it. But it's just weird, man. Absolutely weird. Like, why you done it? I don't know. But thank you to my guardian angel, to the guy that literally stopped in front of us instead of everyone else who was beeping the horn like an impatient prick, to a guy that was broken down in the middle lane. Thank you very much for stopping. That chances of you seeing this are very slim, but if you ever do, mate, I fucking owe you. He even snapped his rope, and I was like, mate, look, like, send us your bank details now, I'll pay for it, like, you've done me a huge favour. And he just shook my hand, he went, don't worry about it. So honestly, like, absolute blessing. But I'm literally taking it easy now. I'm driving home, I'm going nice and slow. I don't want to have to wait for recovery. Again, I mean, the van is driving absolutely spot on. I don't get what's happened. It's like an electrical blip, maybe. Another thing though, my window doesn't, when you look, like, hold it up, that doesn't do that anymore. It's fucking bad, man. But yeah, so I'm currently on my way home. It seems like when I just start to do good, something happens. But yeah, I'm not risking it. I'm going home, and the van is going to the workshop tomorrow to see what the fuck is going on with it. So I think obviously the video is going to be based, there's not going to be no driving parts left of it because I'm basically done, depending on what my mate says tomorrow in the garage. Yeah, so I'll give you an update tomorrow about the van. But first breakdown, I dealt with it pretty well. I was really fucking panicked. My anxiety went through the roof because of where I broke down and how dangerous it was. Yeah, so I'll give you the update tomorrow, and I'll let you. Sorry, my train of thought's just fucking gone. So I'll give you an update tomorrow, and I'll let you know what's going on. And yeah, I'll see you then. Well, looks like it's going to be a breakdown jobby, I suppose. It is. It's not a good thing. Like, obviously we're on the hard shoulder. If this fucker starts again though, what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and just drive down the hard shoulder nice and slow, just to get into a bit of a safer position. So right, I'm coming off here because obviously I need to get sorted, so I'll speak to this in a bit. Status report to tell you where I am. So I am at the Shell garage. I broke down on the A1. So I mean, I'm freezing. So sat on the side of the A1, wait until the van basically started again, like cooled down, and then let us drive it away. I brought it straight off the motorway, and I pulled it into a Shell garage, and it is getting recovered. So that footage is going to be next. So there's only one thing I can do, and that's going to be comfort eat, because I'm fucking devastated. So it's a nice hot sausage and bacon sandwich from Shell, and let's wait for this recovery. If I remember, I will try and get it on video. But yeah, fucking wounded, man. Enjoy the footage. So, update. I hope you like the footage of it obviously coming off. It's a bit skew with, because when I put it down, it was one of those like cone bricks, so it had to be on a bit of an angle. Yeah, so I started my journey in a van, and now I'm in a BMW. So obviously, very good friend, my mechanic, as I dropped the vehicle off, he basically said, look, there's my car keys, just take it home, mate, and I'll give you a bell with what I find out. Honestly, the stress and anxiety that's happening right now is absolutely terrible. It is going to be the end of this week. On the shit side of it is I left all of my paperwork inside the van, so I don't know how much I've made this week, I don't know how much I've spent, and I don't know my mileage either. What I'll do is I'll update everyone, or I will try to remember if I get the van back quite quick, which I'm hoping I do. I really hope it's just a simple fix. So I'm praying it's a simple fix, so fingers crossed. If I get the van back by say tonight / tomorrow, what I will do is I will start that video with how much I made this week. If that makes sense? Yeah. So yeah, I'll start that video with how much I made. It's, you know what, it's been a really stressful week, and just when you start to feel like you're doing good, something hits you like a shit of bricks. But I suppose that is the joys of being self-employed. This is kind of what you sign up for. Things can go wrong at any minute, and I mean, things have went wrong for me, and I take care of my van. It only got serviced, so I service it every, right, so what I do is I do a main service, so drop all the fluids, brand new oil filter, fuel filter, panel filter and air filter. And so I'd done that when I first got it. Oh no, I didn't. I don't know, I did one of the ways around. I'd done it, and then my second one, yeah, so the one that's coming up now will be just an oil and filter. But depending, I'm going to, so he's going to basically check everything over for us. So I've asked him if he could have a look at the wet belt, because obviously they do go and they're quite common on them as well. So he's going to have a look at the wet belt, he's going to check it all over, see what the problem is, get it fixed. If the wet belt is worn down or needs done, I am basically going to get him to do that straight away. And what I'll do is I'll do like a week in the car, or the week on GoPuff maybe. Obviously I'll need to set myself a rate which I can come home at. So yeah, thanks very much for everyone that's been watching, commenting. Don't forget, obviously, chuck that subscribe button. I'm sorry, I'm extremely tired and I'm extremely annoyed. So yeah, better week next week. I'll see you then. Bye.